everyone, it's Holly. Oh my gosh, sir. You're gonna knock something down. Probably the camera. Hey everyone, it's Holly and I'm here with my first quarterly wrap-up of 2022. I'm actually filming this pretty late. April is almost over. Also, I just realized Murphy's water fountain is very loud right now because it needs more water. So if you can hear that trickling in the background, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna get up to go fill it up. So it'll just have to wait until I'm done with this. Anyways, so I'm here with my first quarterly wrap up. April has just been kind of like a weird month for me. It's still a weird month. I don't know. I've been in like a weird headspace all month. I think I'm doing a little better today. Somebody I work with, she took today off and she texted me and she said, I hope today is a good day, because like she's been kind of funky too. And we were talking about the other day, I was like, there's no reason. Like, isn't that annoying? Like, I feel like these wrap-ups always turn into like me just venting, because like who else am I gonna talk to but my camera? It's not like, so I've had like anxiety, I've been very sad, I've been very tired. Maybe it's weird. It's that tired where like, are you tired or are you maybe depressed? And that's not always a good feeling. But I think I'm starting to feel a little better. I have a lot to do. I actually unpacked from my vacation in a moderately appropriate time frame, so that's good. I haven't put books away from my book haul though, so that's not good. And I like don't want it to, I took a picture, like a purple spine picture, and I just like really like them, so I just keep leaving this here. Anyways, so it's been a little weird. I have a party tomorrow. It's like my first, we got together for Christmas, but like it's my, other than Christmas last year in 2021, I feel like this is really our first big family get together in the last couple of years. We have a quinceañera tomorrow. I'm so excited. I've just been like living in fear that this party would not happen for my cousin's daughter, because I know how much this means to her and how much, like how long they've been planning it. And like, I feel like COVID has actually started like hitting my family recently. Just a couple people, they're fine. And I was like, oh my God. I almost asked if I could work from home this week, because I was like, I don't want to be the one. I've literally, even though I'm not sick and I haven't been exposed, I took 2 tests this week because I have like 10 at-home tests because my work sent them to me after I no longer needed them. It's a thing. And so I was like, well, I'm gonna take them because I don't want to be the one to like ruin the party or something. I don't know. So I think that will probably, it'll be stressful in some ways because I'm basically gonna lose a day of my weekend, and I'm not gonna be able to like do, like the weekend is usually when I do a lot of my cleaning and everything and editing and stuff. But I think it'll be really good to like be with my family and to dance and just like party and everything. Like, I'm not a particularly extroverted person, but sometimes you just need like that social interaction, or at least I do every once in a while. And like, I think life is not cutting it. Anyways, so, and next weekend I get my hair done, and I think I'm gonna ask her to like take me back to brown. I think my hair's starting to get a little fried from blonde. So anyways, that's not what we're here for. We're here to do a quarterly wrap up. Did I write everything down in here? Who? No, hello, sir. So I did take notes on my stats because I still have a book journal this year, but it's much more casual than it's been in the past. So I can't use that as like a source of information. I do, in case you're wondering, I do use a spreadsheet as well to track my reading, which is how I kind of come up with a lot of these numbers. And I'm going to try to put like graphs and stuff up on the screen. Those are just right from my Google sheet. So anyways, so in quarter 1 of 2022, which is January, February, and March, I read 43 books, which I think is a very good number. The pages were 10,804, and I bought 18 books. So I think my book haul already went up. And 18, especially for the last couple of years, 18 books is like good for me. So things are not looking up for quarter 2 and keeping that trend, but it is what it is. It's fine. When it comes to ratings, I had no DNFs, no 1 stars, 1 2-star, 12 3-stars, 4 stars, and 9 5-stars, which I think is really good. That's over half of them, right? Yeah, were 4 and 5 stars. When it comes to physical, I used to track this much more detailed. I don't remember what I would say in videos, but I used to, like my paperbacks, I would like differentiate between type. I'm not doing that anymore. So now it's just physical, ebook, and audio. So I read 11 physical books, 12 ebooks, and 20 audiobooks, which about 50-50 seems to be what I'm doing when it comes to reading with my eyes and my ears. When it comes to publisher, I also used to track the different like publishing houses, but honestly, I never did anything with that information. So I just decided to do self-published and traditionally published. And I read 22 self-published books and 21 traditionally published, which is actually a really interesting number. And I think because I didn't do it this way before, I'm not sure what my old numbers were, if it was this close to being an even split. When it comes to source, maybe we should have talked about this closer to formatting. I don't know. So 6 were Kindle Unlimited. Bought were 16. Bought, I also include any books that I am given for like Christmas or my birthday because it's just easier that way. Author or ARC was 10. So that does include things like Katie Robert, because she does freebies through Patreon. Audible was 2, so that's pretty low. And then 6 were from my library and 3 were from Scribd. When it comes to age, is what no surprise to anybody if you know anything about my reading taste lately. 5 YA, 1 middle grade or other. That was The Little Mermaid. I had no idea where to classify it, so I put it there because I feel like it's like children's fiction. 37 adult, so being primarily adult is what I would have expected. And then when it comes to genre, again, unexpected that romance is my primary genre. I combined romance and like erotica for the sake of this. We had 33 books, 4 nonfiction, 5 fantasy, so fantasy that's not fantasy romance, and 1 sci-fi book. I've preferred to have read a little bit more nonfiction. I'm really struggling with my nonfiction this year. Also, my self-development reads are off to a horrible start. I'm definitely glad I decided to do 6 this year instead of 12 because I've only finished 1. So now let's talk about my monthly favorites, because instead of doing like monthly wrap-ups and talking about all the books that I read, although I do have a website, and on there I do a monthly wrap-up and I do like little notes for every book that I read. A lot of times those notes are just for me, but I feel like they can be informative as well. So in January, I think my favorite book was Electric Idol by Katie Robert. As an audiobook, it's a Cupid and Psyche retelling, and I really loved this book. It sucked me in. It did not let go. I loved both. It's Eros in here, but that's Cupid. And Psyche, I thought they were both amazing characters. Psyche was so well done. I cannot tell you how obsessed I was with this character and like her portrayal and the complexity to her and like the strength that she has in like the non-traditional way. Like, I think I've mentioned this before, how I hate that like we have this idea that you can only be like a strong female character if you act a certain way, and like there are certain authors who only write strong women in that way, and I get why people like those characters. I get it, especially like in a world of weak female characters. I get why you are drawn to that, but I love something that is more than just like physical strength, especially like unnatural physical strength. Like I'm never going to take down The Rock. Like, I literally, like, I could train probably for my whole life and never be strong enough to take him down. But I love a character who is strong in multiple ways and who is like mentally strong and emotionally strong. And that doesn't mean she's perfect or she doesn't have challenges. It's just, oh, so well done. The romance was great. It was perfect. I'm very curious to read the next book. The next book is going to be a like polyamorous relationship, and we're gonna start leaving a certain group of people in the Dark Olympus world, and I think that'll be interesting to kind of see more things. And then in February, my favorite book was Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim. Oh, I read Spin the Dawn and Unravel the Dusk. They were both great, but Spin the Dawn just ripped my heart open. I can see why people wouldn't like it. It is pretty heavy on the romance. The magic is a very weak magic system, which was fine with me. The like pitch for this was Mulan meets Project Runway, and I have never thought a pitch worked better than in that case. Like, one, that pitch works for me, and two, it was accurate. I think a lot of times when you do these like meetup pitches or concepts, it doesn't work, or like it isn't actually what they're saying it is, and this was. Now, I will say the like Mulan, especially the Project Runway parts of it, and like maybe a little earlier than people might want them to. Sort of. They kind of don't. It's weird. I don't know. Oh, I'm just weird right now. I just really enjoyed this. I got so emotionally invested in these characters. I loved Elizabeth Lim's writing. I do own 6 Crimson Cranes. I plan on reading it soon. The next book, I think that's also only a duology, so the second one is coming out this year. I like feel like she's a new favorite author, but is it too soon to say? I don't know. And then in March, my favorite book was actually another YA fantasy, although I hesitate to call this YA. And that is The Hollow Heart by Marie Wardkowski. So I did read The Midnight Lie when it came out in 2020. This came out last year. I didn't read it until this year. And this book destroyed me. You want to talk about complex characters, and it's so short. Like, this book is like this big. It's like, it's not a long book at all. And what she puts in here, I'm considering reading her next release, which is like an adult, like thrillery mystery novel, just because I have been so impressed with Marie Wardkowski's writing. Like, I love the Winter's Trilogy, and I do want to reread it. I wanted to reread it before, and now I really want to reread it. This, like, blew me away. It's a sequel, so you have to read The Midnight Lie first. And I enjoyed The Midnight Lie. I gave it 4 stars. It confused the hell out of me. I remember being pretty confused. This one didn't confuse me in any way. I don't know if that was like early quarantine, so maybe I just was not in the right headspace for that book when I read it. I don't know. But The Hollow Heart, the things that she discusses here is amazing. And I feel like it's very layered. Like, you can read so many, it can be just a book. Like, that's just a book. You read it, you enjoy it, whatever. Or it can be like a commentary on like 20 different things. And there's one character in here, because you mainly follow 2 female characters. And in the first book, I really found myself drawn to one of them. And in this one, I found myself the complete opposite, which was kind of a surprise. And her story was just heartbreaking. I don't even know. Like, I want to like just shout about this book, but I cannot put into words what Marie Wardkowski did in this book. I've read some reviews about how like it is a commentary on different like theories and stuff, but I am not nearly educated enough to know anything about that, so I will take their word for it. Loved it. It's my favorite book of the year so far. And the reason I say I hesitate to call it YA is because I've really struggled with this a lot lately with like what to me YA fantasy is typically one, you usually have younger characters, but you can have teenage characters or younger characters in an adult fantasy novel. So it can't just be that. Sorry, Murphy just like almost fell off and decided that grabbing onto my stomach was the appropriate way to not fall down. Anyways. So it can't just be the age of the characters. So then a lot of times I think it's like the complexity of the plot and stuff like that. And so I've really struggled a lot lately with what is the difference. And I think that this particular book was very complex. And it's not that I don't think teen readers could read it. I think they can. And I think they would get a lot from it. And it's definitely not something I wouldn't let a teenager read. Although like my bar is pretty low for like, or high, I guess. Like I would let a teenager read pretty much anything. I don't know. To me, it just felt more adult than YA. But again, I can't explain it. So I don't know. But it is YA. That is what it is. It also made me want to reread the Poison Study series, which I already plan to do because I need to finish that series by Maria V. Snyder, because in a lot of ways it gave me a lot of the same feelings that Poison Study did, where like, and by that I mainly mean the character, like Yelena from Poison Study, I think is an incredibly amazing heroine, and here you have two really interesting heroines in this series, but it more reminded me of Poison Study in the skill from the author, and I don't always notice stuff like that. Like I'm not that kind of a reader, but in both of these, I was truly in awe of the talent and skill of this author, of these authors, in this case, Maria Wardkowski and Maria V. Snyder. Anyways, yes. So those were some of my favorite books that I read in January, February, and March of 2022. I still can't believe it's 2022. Will I ever stop saying that? Probably not. Anyways, so yes, that is it. And thank you so much for watching this rambly video. If you've read The Hollow Heart, let me know if you also think it's amazing, or am I just like some weird random person that's just like obsessed with this book. I literally finished it over a month ago and cannot stop thinking about it. Okay, let me go take care of the Murphy cat's water fountain and probably, I don't know, eat a snack or something. I don't know. What am I doing? So maybe do my hair today to get ready for tomorrow. I don't know. I have some plans. We'll see. I kind of want to go extra. Anyways, so yes, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!